Hello, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. I have a 14 by 14 inch canvas, an OXO omelet turning Good Grips, a Good Grips OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula, and some Mead and Black paint that was on my Amazon link, and if you can find it there you should buy some if you want the blackest black. And I'm going to try and go about this in a slightly different weird way. I'm going to cover my canvas with as much black in the areas that I put it in as I can. And then I'm going to use the Chantilly lace from Colour Arte as my base before I put some puddles down. And I'm going to look for a somewhat organic looking swipe, I hope. I'm not doing anything specific here except for trying to get paint to cover. I should even do it sideways. That's an interesting thought. Like the direction that I'm working in right now. Don't ask me why I want to leave spaces, I just do. And I think when I swipe I might do the same thing. I might leave some black negative space. Alright, that's probably enough. So I'll wipe that off on my damp studio rag that's nothing more than a heavyweight cotton t-shirt. Oh, I just broken my paint. My pants have just now become my paint rag. Here's my Chantilly lace, which I thought was very thick yesterday, so I added some water to. Not a lot. And I need to mix up a new bottle. I priced this stuff out and it is basically the same price as Folk Art color shifting paints, which I was addicted to before Colour Arte came along and stole my heart completely. Well, mostly. I do need what I consider a fairly hefty and slightly copious amount of paint to convey the other colors. Now the colors are going to be kind of strange because I've got black iris, which is a gray, and I'm already using the Chantilly lace, which when I use enough of it comes through and sells up. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to go all the way around that edge just in case. It is definitely time to mix some more. Now I'm really inclined to grab a straw. Instead of trying to fill in with my spatula. This will take a minute. I wonder if I just was so ridiculous. It's not doing a better job, but it is doing something. So at least I'll not be winded for the very last one. I'll still be able to talk. I need a longer cord on this. Alright, so that's going to have to do for now. I think I'm going to wave all over the place. I was thinking about not putting any gold in, but I believe that I will. And this is Mayan gold. And why don't I just go for any place that looks kind of thin. That will resolve my issue with the OCD. Oh my god, there's a spot there that isn't full of paint, which usually never stays that way, so I should not worry about it. And this is not, you know, a formula that's scientifically approved. This fill in the gaps with the gold. I see another. But I tend to trust what nature has in mind, and if natural occurrences are kind of weird and a little funky, that would make me feel very comfortable and invited to also. So I haven't used any of this True Silver yet. I don't think. Maybe a little. No idea what this is going to be like. I will be using Amsterdam Black, Amsterdam White, Dioxazine Purple, that's Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. Some gold I made up, probably. That's made from iridescent gold from Golden. And here's the black iris coming up. And some Decadent Americano 24 karat gold to thicken it up, because the golden product was fluid and not heavy enough, but it does work nicely. I really wanted this to be dominant black iris, but I'm not sure that needs to happen. I do need a copious amount of paint, so I am going to use other colors. That is my African Violet. I am trying to form random shapes, and also look for anything I might have missed in the let's get that spot filled in department. I have a little frozen that I enjoyed in my last picture so much I can't restrain myself. And I just filled a bottle full of claret, so I'm looking forward to using some of that. Whoa. I just filled it last night, which is why the top had Floetrol on it. I could have sworn I did that today until I used it. And just because all that is pretty dark except for the gold, I am going to use, I'm not even sure I need the frosted. Let's give that a shake too. Nobody look at that jiggly stuff on my arm, please. Ain't life grand. So that's just going to add a variation that's light. This may all be light. I am going to use a little bit of Poinsettia. And I've got Platinum Rose. I've got a new color. Well, it's not a new color, but it's a color that's new to me. There we go. I'm inclined to use the black cell activator. I don't know what this is going to be like. Oh boy. So, here's the Platinum Rose, and maybe I'll just go for it. This I did mix up today. They look like interesting colors, or that's the polite version. And I am a believer in double swiping, so if I don't like what I get, I'll go back and do it again. In the meantime, I'm going to get some bottles out of my way. I'm going to grab a dish and put some black. Well, you know what? I can start the other way. I can start by putting it right on. Right on my spatula. That's very loose. That's amazingly loose. Don't even have any idea how these colors are going to react at all. But I do have a piece of tape that has decided now is the time to mess with me. Alright, so I like that black. Those cells. I'm going to use some of the purple. I'm going to scrape that off. My residual. And grab what I should have grabbed to begin with, which is some of the gold. I'm not sure yet. I am sure I want some more red. I like how that looks. It's driving me to pink. That's like the most logical thing possible for me, is to want pink. I have some drips. I have some magenta from Golden. That I could put with some black. And it wasn't very thick to begin with, so it's definitely a loose. Yeah, I like the magenta a lot. Who knows what I'm going to do to this? I got my black negative space so far. I do like cleaning off my spatula on the edge of the canvas. Facilitating using all my residuals. So this is going to give me a little bit of a chance to decide what goes on here. And I haven't done any of the white yet. So I'm thinking black and white. And purple. And all the colors. Definitely some gold. That's not open all the way. I have to learn to open these bottle caps all the way. I do believe that the more copious your cell activator is, the more likely you are to get magnificent cells. But we'll see if I'm right in a minute. Well, this has got that organic feel I'm looking for. Let's see if I get the cells I'm looking for. I also have small acetate tools that I haven't used in one of these paintings yet. I'm going to throw that spatula into the water bucket, grab one of my tools, which I know I put away earlier, nice big one, and see what I might want to do with that. Grab a little more Chantilly lace. Some frozen. And I am going to indulge myself in a little bit, if I can get it out, of hot orchid. I don't have any trouble with these bottles anymore. I'm just going to use the gold cell activator. Got to pull that little dried on tab off at the top every time. Pop my bubble. This is definitely the fun part. Just sort of wherever I'm called. And it's fun to expose some colors that are hidden. which I could also do by blowing down into this. But I just like the fact that this is so different. I guess I want to remember to leave my caps open. I'm not sure I should leave my caps open, to be honest with you. Let's do the black iris and the frozen and a little bit of the hot orchid, which is probably called Jasmine. Scrape off my tiny acetate tool. If you don't see the recipe below, I mean the tutorial video below the video, this video, please feel free to ask me, because I've got it standing by and ready to share with you. These tools are easy to make and they seem to last forever. Now I didn't tip that, but I wasn't really planning on it. That magenta really saved the day, in my opinion. I didn't really get to the part I wanted to with the gray, but I've got some paint in my dish and I feel like using it. To merge that a little bit anyway. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not like everything else, but then who said it had to be? I never intended for it to be anyway. That kind of looks like a gaping mouth of some kind. I think I want that to be gone. I've thought about using a comb through these, or parts of them. What I like about this the most is the fact that I got a lot of different examples of the kind of texture you can get when you're using the tools. Oh, I'm not sure about that. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint. I'm going to tell you guys that I'm going to zoom in if I can, and I will also try and shimmer my flashlight at you as soon as I do that. If I'm quick enough. Turn the light out. Now I always resist going exactly sideways, but I'm going to try and force myself to do just that. So I have a a link tree, which is below the video, underneath the 20% off promo code for Colour Arte. Hopefully you can see some of this because it's really worth seeing. The cells are just becoming really pronounced, and they're all different in all areas, which is sort of inexplicable to me, but I don't care because it's very cool. I'm not sure what you would describe it as, but I'm going to zoom out and see if I can share some of that shimmer with you a little bit again. The colors are magnificent. The cell activator colors every bit as much as the Colour Arte colors. But the Colour Arte colors all shimmer like a son of a gun. So that's my phone sideways, and if this works, then I will have conquered a demon that's been dogging me since November when I started trying to share Colour Arte videos with you. Oh, there's parts of this that are just fantastic. Anyway, I'm ignoring my job, so please give me thumbs up. When you share my videos, you help me out. When you watch them longer, you help me out. When you watch even part of the commercials, even 30 seconds of the commercials is a help. To me, my email address is below the link tree. Should you be interested in information about taking a class with me privately at the house in Spring Hill, Florida, or purchasing an artwork, that email address is easpb, the word gallery spelled out, @gmail.com. I do sell my art, obviously. On the Linktree, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, my Facebook group, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group, is for students. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Totes and More is for shoppingpixels.com, Fine Art America, Society 6, which is also on the Linktree. I think there's even some Underneath the video there's